Hello and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast.
Hi.
Episode 161, The Origin of Redneck.
Hi.
In this week's episode, we have a few issues.
Hello.
JfG Ash goes Dad of War.
Right.
JfG Alex is just being a massive retard right now.
Hello.
There's news on choking out Harry Potter. And finally, to emulate or not to emulate?
Hello.
That's the question.
Hello and welcome to the JfG podcast. This is episode 161. My name's Alex and I'm joined as ever by my very good friend Ash. Hey buddy, how you doing this Wednesday of Wednesdays?
Sad. We're feeling good on a Wednesday. Yeah. Sparkling thoughts give me the hope to go on. Watching the football right now, enjoying it. 17 minutes in, it's 1-1. Ooh. I feel happy.
It could go either way.
It could. I feel happy we've got that away goal now, though. That makes me feel good.
That's important.
Yeah, definitely.
It's Roma-Liverpool in the Champions League semi-final second leg this evening.
Grudge match.
For the chance to play Real Madrid in the final. Everyone hates them. That would be something, wouldn't it? And we'll be watching that and paying less attention than normal. So fuck you.
Obviously.
What have you been up to this week, buddy? Have you got anything to regale us with while I take the first sip of this particular beer that I'm drinking?
Well, this week, buddy, I realised at 33, it's probably the best time to rekindle some of your youth. In my youth, I used to do a bit of skateboarding. And I've mentioned the fact that I've done a kickflip in the past year. That was kind of a big fucking deal for me. I was like, holy shit, look at that.
Claim to fame.
But now, buddy, what we've done, we went skateboarding at the weekend. Me and the lad, me and the kid. This is his first time he went skateboarding, actually, to be honest. And properly, we went to like the skate park in the park down the road, and I had a fucking whale of a time. It was crazy.
Because you used to skate a fair old bit, didn't you?
Back in the day. Yeah, it was really good. And I enjoyed it a lot. I'm just trying to get this video because obviously got a video of me doing some skateboarding, which is totally... I'm sure there's a way of just sharing this link and I can send it to you. Anyway, just in the chat, Solar Starlords on our Twitch, I think it's on Twitch, this one, is saying midlife crisis. I'm like, yeah, maybe. Finding my old skateboard is a bit cheaper than buying a 50 grand car or whatever. So yeah, I'm pro that. It's
a breakdown on a shoestring. Let's put it that way, buddy. That's pretty tasty, isn't it?
But yeah, it took me about half an hour or whatever to get my legs back. Fuck it, I was proper scared to begin with. I was just like, no, I fell on my ass once and it hurt a lot. And I was like, oh my God, falling over at this age is bad. But then I suddenly just got a bit of confidence, mate. And I was like, yeah, I'm loving it. And here we go. I'll just pop this down here. If you want to go to that link, I don't know if it'll work on that. You can see me busting out a 50-50, mate, on a fucking grinding block. And I was like, I still got this. I can fucking do it. Is it loading up? Is it doing anything?
It is loading up. I'm watching it right now. Right meow.
And it made me think of nostalgic skateboarding games. Obviously, Tony Hawk comes to fucking check that skills out, mate. That's not bad for a 33-year-old that hasn't skated for 16 years.
It's a solid effort.
Yeah, buddy.
I like it.
I gave it a good go.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know, I got a lot of nostalgia back. I was thinking about all the classic skate games and everything. I was loving it.
I was going to say, I mean, there's an opening now, isn't there, with the Tony Hawk flop?
Yeah,
do you think that there's maybe an opening for a brand deal for you there?
Yeah, mate, I'm in. I'll just get this one for you as well. You need to. I'll put these in like our Discord or whatever, so everyone can see me be amazingly shit at skateboarding. There you go. I'm dropping in on like a little quarter pipe there, fucking doing a little 180. Woo! It's fucking whoop-de-doo, mate. I love it.
He's all about it.
I love skateboarding.
Special times, buddy.
And a friend of the podcast, Tom. He loves skateboarding now as well, so much that he bought himself a little mini ramp. So he's probably having some sort of midlife crisis as well. And he's got a little mini ramp in his garage. So Saturday we're gonna go and fucking have a skate session. Bring the kid along. Just go nuts, mate.
Whose midlife crisis do you think is bigger? The one who used to actually skate, or the one who's decided now is the time?
Well, I believe Tom used to skate as well, but not on the same level as me. Because I sent him the video because I was like, yeah, mate, I'm at the skate park. Like, luckily no one's here. It's just me and my boy. And and I sent him the video, and he was like, mate, you're way better than me. I could not do that. I was like, yes, still got it.
Fucking all about it. There you go.
So 33. It's the new age to fucking bust a move, I guess, isn't it?
There's not been a good skateboarding game for some time, and Ash has decided he's going to do something about that.
There's that. Gentlemen. What's it? Is it Sessions? I think it was. I reported on last year, sometime about 6-8 months ago. I think it's still in development, but like that's meant to be like an even harder core version of Skate. I'll play that. That sounds good to me.
Absolute gibbon, full blown. Yeah.
So obviously, apart from skateboarding, I've been drinking this week, which is tradition. Get
perfect accompaniment to skateboarding, of course.
Obviously, it makes sense. Obviously, I wasn't drinking while skateboarding because we went out at like 10 in the morning. That's before all the yobs get out of bed. That's why I went to the skate park at that point. Makes sense.
Oh yeah.
So I've been drinking some beers, and I was on some website, and a little offer popped up. I've heard of have you heard of beer52.com? They're like a they do a brewery magazine and craft ales for a subscription fee. That kind of dollar shave club, that bollocks thing.
It was advertised on some podcast I listened to, so that's how I've heard of it.
So Beer 52. Normally it's like £24 a month. I'm like, that's fucking ridiculous for 8 beers. Like, I couldn't imagine paying that just for 8 beers. And this was like £24 off offer code. So it was just pay for shipping, which was like a couple of quid for 8 beers. And I was like, I'll have that, thank you very much. And then I started reading into the fine print about how to cancel your subscription. And they were like, oh, you need to phone us. And I was like, I don't want to do that. So I just emailed their support and was like, cancel my fucking subscription now, before I've even got the beers. And they were like,
that's how it's done.
I'm not messing about. So before you ask, mate, this evening I've got an array of beers. And like the one I'm on at the moment is a nice 6%er Cascade. It's Belgian. It's a single hop IPA. And then after that, I'm going on to some New Zealand session ales. I don't know wherever the fucking night takes me, really. To be honest,
exciting.
Go! That will be happening.
You're about 25 seconds behind me. But I didn't spoil it, buddy. I didn't say a word.
Wow, thank you very much. Goal. I'm happy with that. That's 2-1 Liverpool. Lovely jubbly. So, what you been drinking this week, buddy? Or what are you drinking tonight, even? Whatever. That question.
Well, this evening, I'm drinking a selection of guest beers, courtesy of the missus, who's taken a trip to Tesco. It's a long wait, but she did it. And so, currently drinking the old Hop House 13, buddy. I got a Staropramen as well, and a San Miguel to round things off.
That's an array of 3.
Yeah, it's nice.
I know about arrays after doing scripting.
There you go. Well, that's what this is. That's what's going on here. Now you know.
Now I know.
It's a beautiful thing. So yeah,
mate. Not a lot for me this week apart from skateboarding. That was the highlight, and getting some beers really cheap, which is always worth mentioning, I feel. Obviously, I've been playing a shit ton of video games, or video game, I should say. But that'll come later. What have you been up to this week, buddy?
Well, hola, mi amigo, Nachos El Nombre.
El Nombre.
I will teach you how to count to 10. I've been to Sutton this week, buddy.
Sutton, yeah.
I have nothing to say about it. I just thought you'd want to know. Cool. I've been to Sutton. Played a game where someone sings a line from a song, and you have to name the song and the artist, which is much better.
I'd be shit at that game.
It's good when you play with gin. I would imagine sober
Obviously.
it would get a little old, but it that's not something I can comment on. That was fun. Yeah, we just visited some friends like up around the M25, bit of a cheeky brush, and that was good fun. Like really lazy weekend apart from that, basically. Got the rice cooker out, gave that a run out this week, buddy. Genius tool, the masterful Pars Kazar rice cooker, the finest purveyors of Persian rice, and that beautiful crispy tedig special times. What else? Watched the Grand Prix, buddy. Did you see any of the Grand Prix this week?
I did not see Grand Prix this week.
Man, it was something. There was some thrills and spills and crashes and so on, and then that fuckhead Lewis Hamilton won at the end. But you can't win them all. Just one of those things.
That will happen.
Gibbons. So, watched that. That was cool. Mostly been kind of hermiting about, staying inside, because the weather's been... I don't know what it's been like up your way, but it's been shite down here.
Proper shite.
Pretty shit. Pretty balls. Pretty rubbish.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to mention it now on the podcast. We're having some issues with chatting. It just keeps
is it Discord?
dropping out. I don't know. I've just done a speed test. I got 90 down, 10 up. I got
60 down and 12 up.
I'm guessing Discord's just having a fucktard moment. I refuse to go back to Skype though.
Oh no, that's not going to happen. We'll just stop the show here and just fucking release it. Rather than that.
I mean, yeah, if that happens, it's out of our hands, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what can you do?
So you've done stuff, from what I gathered from that robotic sound that I heard.
Yeah, I've done some things. More importantly, buddy, I'm off to the first jazz night of the year on the
Is that the
night.
official first jazz night of the year? Like there hasn't been one anywhere else in the world?
It wouldn't count if it was anywhere else, buddy. It's got to be in
obviously.
Royal Tunbridge Wells for the jazz to be the real
home
thing.
of jazz, the birthplace of jazz.
I think definitely the birthplace of jazz is a town that's like 95% white. That's definitely the birthplace of jazz. I'm sure of it. Yep, 100%. No, that's gonna be fun. And I'm off on some sort of miniature long weekend away this weekend.
I thought you were going to say some miniature jazz tour.
Yeah, little jazz tour.
Yeah,
with all the jazz and the touring of the jazz. No, I'm going down to Dorset. I'm going to the Jurassic Coast, buddy. I'm going to go and do some rambling along some cliffs.
See, you're taking the rambling to another level now. You're actually going somewhere for a specific walk.
I mean, to a degree, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you watched Broadchurch, buddy. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, but the scenery was quite spectacular, and we're headed down in that direction where they filmed all that.
But you've seen it on the telly, so...
I saw it on the telly, and I decided I wanted to take a slightly closer look. So
I think what you should do, you should go there and then film it on your phone and just look at your phone.
Yeah, I'm just going to look at everything through my phone.
That's what people do these days.
I mean, people know this about me, buddy. Whenever I go anywhere, I take at least 200 photos of every single thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not true at all. I don't take any photos, and
Mind photos.
I don't think anything's been published on my Facebook for several years. I just don't do that, and I hate people who do.
Me too.
There you go. So yeah, I think that's me, buddy. I've got nothing else. It's been pretty quiet times. Couple of fun facts today. Found out that I've been underpaying for electricity to the tune of $1,000.
Oh,
So that's fun. And also,
that's a stinger.
The MOT ran out on my car 3 weeks ago, and I found out today because I hadn't really been keeping track of that shit.
Nicely done, buddy. I like
Considering these two things, buddy. Oh, but swings and roundabouts. I won a competition at work for £100 worth of shopping vouchers.
Get in, son.
I'm still in a huge loss coming out of the day, but you know, at least those shopping vouchers that I can't use to pay for the electricity or the MOT. So that's good news.
Could sell them on
considering
eBay
all these things, it seems unlikely I'd be quite so chipper as I am, buddy. So
but,
you can just thank God for that and move on, I think.
This is a show, and you've got to put on a brave face.
Yeah, you have to, no matter how thoroughly miserable you feel. And with that in mind, buddy, I think it's probably time to head off and talk about what we've been playing because...
News announcement.
Oh, shit, hang on.
We have moved the release date of the podcast.
We have. We are no longer publishing on a Sunday.
We now publish on a Friday.
On a Friday.
Crazy, yeah? Crazy.
Because it's always ready by Friday.
And we just sit on it till Sunday. What's the point? Might as well put it out there.
Yeah, JJ made a very good point this week, saying that it'd be nice if it went up on a Friday to give people an extra few days to listen and get in touch before the next session of recording on the following Wednesday.
Indeed.
So he finds that, you know, he'll get behind with a few episodes and we'll have talked about something and he hasn't really got time to listen and then comment on it, but mainly the fact that, you know, you finished the edit on a Thursday or a Friday.
I'll get it done tomorrow normally.
So yeah, we're going to be doing a bit of a 2-day turnaround, and it'll go up. Yeah, I'm going to be putting it up before game night on Fridays, buddies. So there you go. You can expect that.
Gibbons, and we're also looking into getting it on Spotify, I believe.
Yeah, they've changed their rules. They've been quite elitist with their podcasts up until recently. They have been
very elitist. Bunch of cunts.
In it. Yeah, they've been kind of dining off the sort of top 100 podcast list, and we're just outside that at the moment.
So close.
Worldwide.
Just need those iTunes reviews or whatever. I don't even know how you fucking get judged on podcasts these days.
We don't really care, do we?
I couldn't give a shit.
But they've changed it now so that anyone can have a pop at Spotify and see if they can get on there. So, expect some news about that in the coming weeks, buddies.
We'll give it a go anyway.
Innit? So the topic this week's video games.
Video games, we should probably talk about it after faffing on for God knows how long now.
Agreed. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. So, buddy, what have you been playing? Tell me. Talk to me.
I'll talk to you about a couple of games that I've been playing that no one cares about. That's Fortnite. That's number one. I've been playing a bit of Fortnite with the boy. Really enjoying it, mate. Seriously, I feel like we should play this game. Even though it's a bag of wank, we could have some fun with it. I don't know why. I don't think you would enjoy it much, but come and play it with me. I want to play with someone who's not an 8-year-old and really shit at it.
Well, keep on fucking looking, son.
All right.
No, I've been thinking about downloading it again because...
You should do it, and we should play it. It'll be fun.
I don't think it will. But
no, maybe.
I'm willing to download it and prove that it won't be fun. Let's put it
I think
that way.
That'd be nice. I mean, I can already tell you that you won't enjoy it, but...
Yeah, I mean, I also know this 100% that it would be a complete waste of time and bandwidth, but... Let's do it anyway, and then we can talk about it. Because if I have shit time with it, then I can maybe batter it a bit more on this, this grand podcast that we have. So
I mean, I'm going to say it's a poor game, but I don't know. There's something about it, mate, that I just really enjoy. I'm like, this is kind of cool, but ultimately shit. It's an odd one. It's one of them. Second game that no one cares about, Destiny 2. Been playing some more of that. Fucking end of season 3 or whatever it is. End of season 2. Season 3's kicking off next week. New DLC, so I was like, all right, get some in. Let's get back in the fucking motions and trying to get my aim back in and stuff like that. So I was just kind of, just like skateboarding, just, got to get back into it.
I suppose when you've been playing, like, before you played, like, a fucking crazy number of hours, like weekly,
300 hours probably, I reckon. I don't know, easily. I just want to get myself prepared because they had a whole stream and stuff and said all the new changes and stuff that are coming out, and obviously there's new storyline and gear to chase. So I'm like, I'm kind of excited about that. So looking forward to playing some more Destiny 2 next week. And then obviously the final game, the only game that I've really played this week, and I can't believe that you haven't, is God of War. How have you not played this game this week?
I've been playing other stuff, mate. Yeah, I've been playing LA Noire. I need to finish that game off before I draw all my attention to.
Yeah,
it's just one of those where I want to get completely stuck into God of War, but I'm absolutely fucking balls deep in LA Noire right now, and I want to finish it off. So the missus loves playing LA Noire as well and watching, and we've both been like home all week. So yeah, it's not going anywhere, is it? God of War, and I will be obviously playing the balls off of it. But at this point, I've still only played about 4.5, 5 hours of it.
Well, my friend, you are in for a fucking treat.
I'm sure.
Because this game shits on everything. It is so good in every way, shape, and form. It's got characters that you care about. It's got graphics that just make your eyes weep of joy. I don't know, it's something like that. Anyway, the sound design's fantastic. The gameplay is just awesome. The combat, once you get your head around it a little bit more, is just phenomenal. And I have it on. I've chucked God knows how many hours into this game, but like I've done. I think I mentioned last week that I've done a lot of side quests, and I have continued to do a lot of side quests. But obviously, you get to a point when you have to progress on with the story, and the storyline's fucking awesome. The lore behind it, all like the Nordic shit, well into it, loving it. It's so good. And yeah, I've had it on good authority that this game gets better and better, and like the like abilities and stuff that you unlock later game, like it just gets insane, the combat and stuff. And I literally can't put it down. Like last night, it was I was playing it, and the Dad Clan, we were on there, and yeah, we were just chatting, and all three of us, we were just playing God of War single player. We were just like, this game's so good. This game is so good. And it is.
It takes a special kind of game to do that, doesn't it?
Yeah, literally. And we were like, no one mentioned like, oh, should we go and play like a multiplayer game? Everyone was just like, we're playing this, and no one's stopping. It's just absolutely amazing, mate. Seriously, it's the cinematic cutscenes as well. They're fucking awesome. It's got it all. And if anyone's like thinking, oh yeah, like I'll pick this up in the sale. Yeah, you can do that, or you could buy it now because it's really good.
Yeah,
and it's fucking worth the money, like hands down.
It's a really good example of like the words, like the tag of AAA gets bandied about a lot, and it basically means high budget game, but it probably shouldn't just mean high budget game. It should probably be like the thing with God of War. It's a AAA game, like a proper fucking, it's slick and like it ticks all the boxes. It does everything well, and that's what like a proper big budget AAA title should be.
Yeah, and obviously there are certain instances in the game where I'm like, okay, no, that should be a bit better, or that doesn't really work. Like my main one is obviously like you're a massive cunt to your son. Because, you're the God of War. He's a fucking kid. And
he's
like, the whole joke is like, boy, go and do this and that. And they progress on in the story where, like, Kratos is like trying to show possibly some sort of emotion or whatever. And then like after that cutscene or scene ends, like instantly he's back to like, boy, like being a massive cunt. Which, fair dues, that's what he does. But you know, like the transition sometimes is a bit jumpy, because like 1 second he's like kind of getting out of his I'm a massive god, or I'm the god of war kind of shell or whatever. But I don't know. But
has it
fucking apart from that, mate?
Has it made you at all interested in? And we're probably a little way off, and you've probably got plenty more game to play. But is it kind of making you think maybe you might visit the other titles in the series after you've got through this, or do you think this is like a really separate thing from those?
I feel like this is a separate thing to them. Like I remember playing, like I had the PS3, and I'm sure there was like some demos of the God of War games on there, and I played them vaguely and just didn't enjoy them. I was like, what am I doing here? This isn't good at all. Like, well, not good at all. Like, but I don't know. It didn't tick any of my boxes that I wanted at the time of playing it. And like from what I've heard, this game's like not completely different, but you know, like the style of the game is like drastically different to the originals or the previous three. I think there's three before this. And yeah, no, it hasn't made me want to go back, but also it hasn't really hindered any of my like thoughts on this game, or like the storyline on it as well. No, like I haven't needed to know any of the backstory. Like one of the Evis, one of the dads, he was like, oh yeah, have you got to the bit where this happens, because this like reminds, or like, you know, calls back from, I think it was like God of War 3. I was like, no idea, mate. I haven't played God of War 3. And he was like, oh no, like, so it has got like kickbacks to the previous games, but like if you didn't know that, it wouldn't have mattered really, I don't think.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's cool. Like it accommodates the like long-term fans to a degree, but it doesn't spoil the game if you don't have that information. That's pretty cool.
Definitely. I love the fact that it's got like RPG elements in it, obviously, like stat tracking, get those numbers bigger, like all different like runics and like little gems and stuff you can pick up and attach to make like all different abilities better, or give you different abilities, which is cool. Like, so it gives you different attacks. You've got your classic skill tree. I'm pretty sure I went through all this last week, but fuck it. It really
reminds me of The Witcher 3. A lot of the UI, a lot of the sort of socket stuff, you know, that it was kind of rife in that. It's pretty cool. But yeah. Just, I think as well, the game does need to be commended to a degree for the least intrusive, like computer partner I think I've ever had in my life. Like he doesn't, never gets in the way, like never like glitches out, like always helpful. Like it's quite a breath of fresh air, really. Especially when like, I've been playing like an older game in LA Noire this week. I know that the two games aren't even remotely similar, but I keep getting stuck in fucking doorways and trying to get in my car and shit, and my partner's just standing there and won't move. Like, yeah, we've come a long way since then. But yeah,
and I've just got to say, I like the witch of the wherever it is of the woods. She's very nice. I like her.
There you go.
Yeah,
something to look forward to. Very nice.
Very nice. Enjoy that.
Bloody will.
Yeah. So, LA Noire, buddy, how's crime fighting in the 1940s?
Crime fighting's going all right in LA Noire, buddy, although I was demoted back down to arson. I'm finding that the precinct's rather corrupt, buddy. Things aren't what they seemed to be, and there's a lot of occasions where I'm having to let people go because the police are kind of in bed with them. So that's not cool. Man, I love this game so much. I must have played another like 25 hours of it this week. I'm just absolutely all over this thing. And the version that's come out on the PS4, this remaster with all of the DLC, it's all just integrated into the main campaign. So I never know whether I'm playing a DLC mission or a part of the original game. The only way I can tell is by the fact that the DLCs have got separate folders for the achievements, so I can go into the trophy list and see, oh, that was a mission that was like an add-on, or whatever. But how cool is that they've just integrated it all? Like, it's just one seamless story with all of the content. It's very, very cool. It's so diverse, great characters. I'm starting to do some of the sort of side content now, and I've had a lot of fun in different vehicles and stuff. But the story is genuinely excellent. I've finally got to play as this second character now as well. I had no idea that it was going to do that. I suppose maybe I should have realised with the way that things went with GTA that they were kind of leaning into that to a degree. But I actually prefer the second character that I'm playing as to the first one. So, and then they meet each other and stuff. It's very, very cool game. I feel stupid talking about this game from 2011 that everyone probably played on the 360 or PS3 at the time. So I'm going to stop now. But, it's a remaster, and I feel dumb because we were always taking the piss and moaning about remasters, but
remasters, mate.
I'm so glad they did this because I missed this the first time round, and I'm having an absolute ball.
I guess that's the only time I can let it off, really. Like, if you didn't play the original, then get the remaster. But then again, Crash Bandicoot, I played the originals. Well, I barely played the originals. I didn't enjoy them then. I didn't enjoy the remaster either, mate.
No, and that was a purchasing mistake that was made by neither of us, buddy.
That's true. That is also true.
So there you go.
How many remasters have we got, do you reckon? Well, obviously The Last of Us, but then again, I didn't play that on the PS3.
The Last of Us, GTA 5.
You didn't play GTA 5 on the 360, though.
It's a remaster. The textures would be much better if it was a...
Yeah, but I'm reasoning it by the fact that you didn't play it on the 360.
No, you can't do that. It came out on the previous console. That's why it's a remaster. It doesn't matter what I did.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying we bought remasters that we haven't owned previously.
Well, yeah. I mean, but they're still remasters, is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, no, not many. Not many, really.
Imagine if GTA 5 didn't come out on the PS4. That'd be weird.
Nathan Drake collection.
I mean, GTA 5. Oh, yeah. But then again, you didn't play them again.
No, but they're still remasters.
Yeah.
I think that's
I
it.
can live with that then. Yeah. Oh, Wipeout, I guess. That's got loads of old shit on there.
Yeah.
That count?
I suppose it counts. I mean... Yeah. Yeah, it has to count, doesn't it?
Has to count.
Although...
Once again, we didn't play them.
It's true. It's very true. Yeah, I don't think we've bought any remasters that... I mean, that Outcast is out, isn't it? The remaster. I haven't...
Oh, yeah.
I was tempted by that one, and that was one that I did play a hell of a lot of.
Yeah, I don't fancy it.
On the PC in, 2001
God knows, yeah.
Or something.
Whenever that was, yeah. Years ago. Good times. Love it.
Yeah. I was playing something this week, buddy.
Yeah.
It's called... I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Quake 3 Arena.
Okay, yeah, you're playing Quake 3 Arena.
There is a website. Hang on.
I'm holding on right now.
That website is quakejs.com. And it is it's a website that you can go on and play Quake 3 Arena in browser without downloading anything.
Well, there you go. What more do you need? Just go and play that, mate.
A selection of servers. There's some Rocket Arena servers. The whole game loads start to finish in your browser, and you can just play it in HTML5.
Yeah.
And I've got a Discord channel with the folks from work, and it was a really annoying day. And I just pasted a link, like a direct link, straight into a deathmatch that I was playing. And one by one, they all just appeared in there and like, what's this? And then we had a game of Quake 3, and it was fucking cool. So
nice. I bet that made your day a bit better.
It did, and it reminded me that there's a lot of games from, 1998 that you could probably just run, like browser based and all sorts at this point. So yeah, that was fun. So yeah, that was something else I played this week, buddy. And the other thing that I played on my own this week was new PS Plus title, King Oddball.
Oh, tell me all about it. Please.
Sure thing, buddy. King Oddball. It's Angry Birds, but more annoying. So it's also nonsensical. Like, I don't know what's going on, but basically you're a ball in the sky with a face and a crown and a really long tongue.
Yeah. Just like real life.
Yep. The levels are a selection of rocks and tanks, buddy. Green tanks instead of birds.
Okay.
And you lick rocks. You've got 3 rocks in the corner in the sky. And then your lazy tongue drags them in a pendulum fashion as you, the ball with the crown, rotate, and you have to hit X when you want to drop the stone, obviously taking momentum into account. And you got to try and destroy all the tanks, buddy, with the rocks. You got 3 rocks. So the controls are X.
Not cross.
It's just X, the controls.
Okay.
That's how you play the game. And obviously, they've gone for tried and trusted, famous story of when a giant, mysteriously faced ball in the sky with a crown on wants to destroy tanks with stones.
Grudge match.
That's the law. And I think you're up to speed.
I mean, I'm so glad that was a PS Plus game. That just makes me so happy.
It's a 60 meg download.
Treat.
60 meg. So
I believe that game came out when the PS4 was launched.
It's fucking shit. Don't bother.
Yeah, I'm not bothering.
So let's move on to things we've both played this week, buddy.
Oh, what have we both played, buddy? That's the question.
Let's talk about the Detroit Become Human demo, which I was talking about last week, and you hadn't had the chance yet. So after last week's show, we jumped into a SharePlay session, and you had a go, and I kind of saw how you found it, and we had a chat about it. Have you played it again, or was that kind of it for you after that?
Final conclusion: bag of wank.
He's not keen. We found some problems with this thing.
I had some issues with the timeline. And so the whole point of this game is you play at the scene and you can see on your timeline what decisions you took and where it takes you. And, it shows you the other options you can take. But the problem with those other options, some of them are just fucking mashed up into a big ball of crap where you don't know what you choose. So you get to that situation and you're like, well, I don't know how to get to this route. I have to fucking work it out. By chance, maybe? I'm going to go for chance because that's all you're doing. And then that might go your way or not. And then if it's not the way you want to do, you have to start the whole thing from the fucking beginning. There's no rewind button, like other games that I spoke about at that time. What was the one? Life something.
Life is Strange.
There you go.
Forza.
Forza Motorsport, yeah. Yeah, oh, those games where, if you make a mistake or if things don't go your way, you can just rewind time a bit and then pick a different option. No. Start again and go through the exact same procedure as you did before and see where that takes you. And for a game where it's like, I don't know, like this is the story, you play this scene, if that's not how you want to do it, like, you have to go back and do it again. Like that's not enjoyable.
I'd have to agree.
That's why it's a bag of wank.
It's really weird that you can't go back in stages of interrogation or whatever. It's really odd. But the biggest problem with this game is that it barely is one. There's nothing really that you do in terms of playing the fucking thing. You're just making decisions, and the script in the demo is not that special. It's not acted that particularly well either. It's all right. It's fine. It's passable. But it needs to be a lot better than that if the game's not going to do anything else. And it doesn't. You're basically doing the Rocksteady style Batman detective sections from like Arkham Asylum. And yeah, I mean, some real big issues with this. For one thing, once you know where things are in the level, you want to be able to go back playing through that second time. For example, the perfect example in the demo, there's a gun underneath the dining room table. Now, you find that out by picking up the clues and reconstructing the scene of a shooting near that table, and then the game points out to you that there's a gun under there. And then the next time you play through, you go over to the table and you crouch down, and there's the gun, and you can't pick it up. You can't interact with it. You can't do anything. You have to go and recreate the scene again so that you can find the gun, so that you can pick the gun up, even though you know it's there already. And I just think that this is a fundamental problem with a game that wants you to play through its missions multiple times, to the point where that's basically the point of the thing, is to do that, and yet I just don't think it's been thought through. Like, you should be able to maybe rewind back through sections, because it's not like cheating. This isn't a skill thing, you know?
It's not don't.
It just doesn't make sense. But to not be able to pick up clues, like, imagine making a game where there's a gun hidden under a table and you have to reconstruct a scene even if you've seen it. Imagine not just being like, okay, so obviously we need a contingency for if they just crouch down and pick up the gun. We have to say, oh, look, there was a gun here, but maybe they don't get the information of the shooter or whatever. But the idea that you can't pick up items because you haven't found them yet on your 5th or 6th playthrough, you have to go through this fucking thing again. Come on, man.
And the thing is, and that's quite a lengthy process of like going through that whole scenario of like, right, there's a guy dead on the floor, right, how did he die? Right, they came from over there. Oh, okay, that happened. Oh, he shot, and then that's where his gun went, and oh my god, that gun that I found earlier is there.
Yeah, tedious is the word you're looking for. It's
just ball bags. Bag of wank, mate.
Not for me. I think a lot of people will like it, and I think that it'll review better than it should, and I think people will fawn over it. I think
those people have issues in the brain.
They can do one. So we'll move on to finally this week, the ultimate game night fucking Project Cars mega session.
Jesus.
I think we did 4 hours of racing.
4 hours of driving. I could have literally drove to your house in that time.
You really could have. I don't know. Obviously, won't talk about this too much because we've spoken about Project Cars 2 many times.
The best racing game ever made.
It really is, and it struck me during that session that that's the most fun I've had multiplayer gaming on the PS4 since I bought it. Was Friday night playing Project Cars on the wheels.
Hey, you're in for a treat because in my section, I've got a treat on that subject.
I'm very excited now. Very excited. But also, it made me think that I think it might have been the best racing gaming that I've ever had. And we tend to look back at Project Gotham when we're talking about the greatest racing game experiences. And the fun we had on Project Gotham 4 on the Xbox 360, I think this is better than that. I think the reason that still stands out is because, and Funk made a good point this week, we were having a chat about it, and he was saying, you've got to remember, with some of these early 360 games, there was a great deal of novelty that came from the fact that we were playing together online and had a party and, could do that. Because it was new and it was fresh and it was something that we hadn't really done.
We were getting shit-faced online. It was us.
And that does come into play. But yeah, just an absolute masterful game. It is the best racing game I have ever played. And I've played a lot of them.
He loves his racing.
It's just a fantastic game. It's got everything. And if you like racing games in any way, shape or form, then you're doing yourself a disservice by not picking it up.
Yeah, you must have this game if you like racing games. If you don't, then you don't like racing games.
Yeah, you definitely don't. So there we go, buddy. I suppose, unless you've got anything else, we should probably move on.
No. Yes.
And now it's time for the news.
Fucking news.
Number one.
Number Wang.
PES 2019 leak, buddy.
I don't know about this. Enlighten me with your PES 2019 leaks.
Yeah, there's not much to say, I suppose.
It's coming out this year.
This year. It's coming out on the 30th of August. That is according to the accidental posting on the Hong Kong PlayStation Store, which posted like a pre-order option, although the actual ability to buy the thing wasn't available. Someone had obviously just fired that off a little bit too soon, buddy. It can happen to all of us.
Too keen. I've been there.
Can happen.
I've got 3 kids.
It's yeah. There's leaks. The leak is basically there were bullet points underneath the listing on this Hong Kong store page, and they gave away some possible information, maybe. So basically, huge addition of licenses was one of the bullet points. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I suspect that means. I mean, this year I don't think they had La Liga, and they never have the Bundesliga. They've got Serie A. I would imagine that those are the most likely. I think they do have Spain, do they? Or they got some of it.
I think I've heard they've got the Premier League. Apart from Man United.
I just don't think that they've got the Premier League, but
I think they've bought them all individually,
one by one.
One by one.
I think we can be pretty safe in saying that they haven't got the Prem license, but they may have.
I reckon so.
They may have done some brand deals with other teams in the league, possibly.
What about the lower leagues?
I mean, that would be nice.
Yeah, I was going to say, do they still come under whatever the same kind of license? Do you reckon for the Premier League?
No, it's a football league license. I mean, FIFA's got it as well, but it wouldn't be as expensive. You'd wonder if they could perhaps do a deal there of some kind.
Yeah,
I think it would be a massive boon for PES to get Champo League 1 and League 2. That's something that is something that FIFA has. And I really have always missed when I've been buying PES, is the idea that I could play as Barnet or someone and bring them all the way up through the leagues. It's a shame that you can't do that on PES. So yeah, I mean that sounds like a pretty sensible idea. But we'll see, I guess. Either way, they're going to have more. I mean,
JfG Ash making sense.
Yeah, I mean it makes fuck all difference really, because we patch that game every year anyway. So it doesn't really matter if they've got a few extra licenses, but it does at least mean that they mean business, which is nice. What else? Every element of my club redone, it says. Okay.
Do you reckon this is anything to do with the whole, loot box shenanigans with FIFA and stuff that are going on at the moment?
I think they'll have to be rather careful on that front. I mean,
so.
One of the stipulations from the Belgian government in terms of what they wanted removed was the ability to basically quick buy loot crates, and you can consider these different coloured footballs that you get on PES to basically be loot crates. You open you get a football, you open it, it's a player. You didn't get to choose who it was.
A Kinder egg, innit?
Yeah, a game of chance, whatever. At the moment, you can spam by those balls at great speed if you want to.
Awesome.
You can skip the rotation and just
I don't want the animation. Just give me the fucking crack.
I mean, another thing was the animation. That was another thing that the Belgians didn't like, was the idea that it kind of gave you this sort of flashy, look what you could win kind of slot machine type thing.
Yeah, it's like a roulette.
Yeah,
I'd say spinning round and round.
They're going to have to be very careful, but I think what they mean here is that they're going to be binning off a lot of the other modes. I think this year. And I'm not just saying this because I've got into it this year. I've seen figures for this where it suggests that, the addition of this co-op mode that they've got on there now, where you can play up to 3 versus up to 3, that has basically turned my club into the biggest, most important mode on PES. because you can
there's
play
a
it with
fucking
friends.
co-op mode
Exactly.
that works.
Yeah.
With matchmaking. I mean, it wasn't fucking hard, was it? Like, if they did that in a matchmaking co-op game in the first place, that would have been... Sorry.
No, it's true. It's true.
Just idiots. Idiots.
There's lots of stuff that they could do here, but most of my suggestions would be to improve the game, and I think they don't really necessarily care too much about that when it comes to my club. But so that's something. It does. They haven't said what. The Master League is getting a revamp. There's going to be pre-season, World Cup pre-seasons, new in-depth transfer systems, new league licenses. We've heard all this stuff before.
No.
The only other interesting thing that I saw from the leak was this idea of visible fatigue. Again, not something that no one's been crying out for visible fatigue.
Mate,
but
if you want to see a sample of physical fatigue, then just look at this face right here.
the idea that
time.
you're playing a game and your players, you can see them getting more tired. When your players, like bars going down, you can see them really blowing.
They just sit on the side and have a little nap.
It's nice. It's not something that you'd ever ask for, but it is the sort of nice touch that
I guess the animations would change and things like
exactly.
that. Kind of makes sense.
They get a bit like they sort of just look a little bit heavier in the old limbs, and yeah, it's quite cool. Quite cool.
But that could very quickly become incredibly annoying.
It could become the thing where when you're playing Pez in the rain, all the players slide around on the floor all the time, as though they're on like an ice.
They try
rink.
and turn and they fall over.
Yeah.
How about that?
I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen a player do that in real life, but they do it 30 or 40 times a game when it's raining.
Mate, it's not even just football. It's in real life. You know, I'm walking around in the rain. Oh,
you got to
try to turn.
You're going to go around a corner and
I've gone
flat on your fucking face, mate. It's all over.
Down, you know.
So there you go. There's some Pez leak. I mean, nothing's really been leaked, has it? Barely. I mean, the front cover's David Beckham from his England days.
Really?
The pictures show
reasons being.
Oh, they've got a
license,
special license with him and Maradona, haven't they? So
Beckham. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Maradona
5-man Beckham
exclusivity after. Yeah, and the 5-man Beckham. Yeah, so, classic.
Yeah, I mean the pictures have got Dortmund again. You've got Barca. They're both definitely licensed. Dortmund.
What about Liverpool?
I would imagine so. They've got a brand deal with Liverpool for many years, as far as I'm aware. So
yes,
Champions League winners, perhaps. When this game comes out. But yeah, either way, August 30th, a little bit earlier. They keep getting a little bit earlier each year, trying to kind of build up those sales before FIFA comes along. And as a segue, buddy, number two this week.
Numero dos.
FIFA 18 is getting a World Cup mode for free on the 29th of May.
Good for them. Instead of releasing an entire game.
Yeah, instead of releasing an entire game, it's going to have a fully licensed World Cup Russia mode thingy. This is going to have
where you can buy players from different countries to make the ultimate country.
Ultra country,
yeah, or just cunt. I mean, cunt.
That's where the emphasis belongs.
Makes more sense. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, no, fair dues.
They've been doing that
good.
for a while.
I like it. Yeah.
I think last time round that they did this was widely regarded a complete waste of time. They don't think they even have all of the licenses for the international teams.
Probably not. I didn't think they did last time either.
No. So, I don't know. Either way, it's going to have an official mode with the qualifiers as well as the main tournament, which is a nice touch. I like being able to do the qualifying for a couple of years. It's like a couple of seasons before the big tourney. Kind of adds a bit of fun. And there'll be a custom mode as well, so you can chuck in countries that wouldn't necessarily be in there, like the USA. So, there you go.
Ooh,
just picked them at random.
Nice.
So there you go. We'll move on. Stardew Valley multiplayer is now in public beta on PC, and if that comes to PS4, I'll bloody well buy it, buddy.
Yeah, mate. Good game. Enjoyable. Relaxing.
Beautiful thing. Next, Fortnite. enter Season 4, whatever that means. What it apparently means is that the map is a bit different following a series of comets that have been raining down in real time for some time, buddy, on the old
it has.
Fortnite map. It's pretty cool, that, actually. The idea
I
of
like it.
this sort of persistent weather effect that slowly changes the landscape. That's very cool. I like that a lot.
In a game with only one map, that's a good way of variety.
Indeed.
I would say.
Elsewhere, other things are also different, but I don't care about them, so you'll have to look that up yourself.
Yeah.
Finally, the mainstream media is predictably going after Fortnite at this point. I mean, this game is everywhere now. I was providing IT support, as I often do, for a living today, buddy, and connected to some woman's computer, and we had to nip onto the Microsoft website very briefly just to test that her internet connection was up and running. Auto defaults to it, of course. Big Fortnite on there. She's like, oh, bloody Fortnite. My kids won't stop playing it. Everyone's talking about Fortnite. Everyone seems to know what it is. And
everyone loves it.
And that tends to mean, of course, that the sort of mainstream media, the tabloids, pick it up, and the news broadcasters and all that bullshit.
My son plays 700 hours of Fortnite a week, and all that shit, innit?
Exactly. There was an article in the Telegraph this week, some mum saying, I paid £8 and all it was so that he could do a dance.
Well, you should have fucking looked into what your son wanted for £8.
Yeah.
You fucking retard.
Yeah, exactly. It's the game's fault.
Mind you, like, obviously, because my son's into it, obviously, he's asked for this season pass. I have investigated into it. It's like a tenner for the season pass, which, yeah, fair dues. I think it lasts for, like, 6 weeks, 7 weeks or something like that. I don't know.
What'd you get?
Yeah, a couple of... Yeah, all right. So you get 2 skins for your character, and some, like, you get a 50% XP boost and other gubbins. And then every time you rank up, you get, like, something new. Like, you get a little emote, you get a little sticker, you get a little glider, you get a new axe. And I was like, you know what, for fucking 10 quid, like, it's not too bad. Like, I've seen other stuff. I mean...
Well, for a load of cosmetics? For a tenner for 6 weeks?
Yeah, exactly. You don't need it whatsoever. But, you know, like, compared to, like, these fucking retarded parents that are like, oh no, my son spent, like, literally, you can buy, like, a skin for, like, 20 quid, I think, on there, which is fucking stupid. But... obviously, he's like loads of his mates have fucking got dumb parents, like I've mentioned in the past, and they've all got like loads of skins. And he's like, "Oh, Dad, I haven't got any skins." I'm like, "Oh, fair dues. You know what? This is the cheapest way of getting some stuff where he's a bit happy." And I'm like, "You know what? Fuck it, £10. Why not?"
Man.
Like personally, me, like I'd be like, "No, I'll just play the game on its own." Like, there's no need to get any of these cosmetics or anything, but you know. And also, like, you think, if there's, like, I don't know, like, when did this game come out? I don't know, like, last year sometime. If there's, like, 4 or 5 seasons in a year, and, like, they're £10 a pop, that's 50 quid a year. So, like, it's the same price of buying, like, a AAA game, I guess.
Yeah, but it's what you're getting, isn't it? Like, it is.
Well, you get to play the game for free, though, aren't you? You know, that's the whole standoff. Like, it's like, it's going back to the Orcs Must Die. Like, we really enjoyed it. We were like, fuck it, yeah. You know what? We'll chuck some money into this because I'm really enjoying it. And I can kind of see it on that point of view. It's like, if I'm really enjoying this game and I'm not really paying anything else, and, you know, either I want, like, more cosmetics or I want to say thanks to the developer, then it's not a bad trade-off in a way.
And Dorks Must Die is a great example.
This is amazing. This is... exactly. That's all I was saying.
That's an example of a game that fucked it by making it so that you couldn't progress without using microtransactions.
Yes,
and
I know.
Which is why we stopped playing it, whereas this isn't.
You know, like, there's nothing stopping you just playing this game without spending money on it, but, you know, why not? Yeah. If he's really enjoying it, and, like, you know, I'll give him like £10 pocket money for like the month or whatever I'm doing, then yeah, if he wants to spend it on that, he can, kind of thing. So I'm cool with it. Like, if he is, that's what he wants.
I guess, yeah. I guess if you're giving him pocket money, he can spend what you know, he does what he wants with it. I can't comment anyway. I'm not a parent, but it all seems like a load of fucking horse shit to me, buddy. Let me just
indeed,
let
buddy.
me just say that
It is all bollocks.
But either way, it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. This game, and the tabloids have got involved, blaming the game rather than the parents of the little shits who are playing it. Culture Secretary
Obviously.
Matt Hancock, who knows fuck all about anything he's talking about, says this: too much screen time could have a damaging impact on our children's lives. Whether it's social media or video games, children should enjoy them safely and as part of a lifestyle that includes exercise and socializing in the real world.
Yeah, let's go down the park where all the chavs are and get stabbed up.
Well, he's basically said there something that's literally common sense, like literally doesn't even need saying. What he's done there is he's grabbed some oxygen and he's just fucking wasted it, is what he's done.
He's done well.
Yeah.
He's done really well. You know, let's think about the children.
Let's think about the children. Barry Manilow thought about the children, buddy.
It's not fucking hard, is it? Like, my son was off ill from school today, and he's like, "Oh, can I play some Fortnite?" I'm like, "No, you're ill. Like, you can't play Fortnite when you're ill. You're ill. You just have to sit there and do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you can't bunk off school, play Fortnite. Lesson learned, fucktard."
Yeah, you won't do that again.
Yeah. Shitbag.
Pop him in the cellar.
Yeah. Like, I just don't get it. Like, why don't parents just fucking enforce rules on their kids? They're fucking kids. They haven't got a choice.
No, it's a bit weird. It's very weird from the outside,
I don't get
certainly.
it.
But
It's lazy parenting. That's all it is, mate. It's just lazy. They can't be fucked. They want everyone else to teach their kids, like, right from wrong. Don't get me started. They're just a bunch of cunts.
innit? Bullshit. Suck a dick. There you go.
Anyway.
Typical. Moving on to something else involving that sort of microtransaction bullshit and children-esque style games, buddy. We've got Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. You'll remember I did actually mention this a little while ago because it looked a bit high budget for a mobile game and also featured some of the proper voice actors. Like Maggie Smith doing the voices and stuff. The missus got in on this as well. She's a big Potter fan, obviously. Went to the studio tour and so on. So, this game has lots of promise and great elements about it. It looks like it's a really well-made thing. Except the microtransactions are so crippling that it's facing like an intense backlash. It was out for 2 days before halving the cost of all of its microtransactions. They've basically completely fucked it. There's stuff on here where you can spend an insane amount of money on basically nothing. But the one that it's got,
sign me up.
A lot of these mobile games have got this just awfully implemented mechanic where you run out of energy or crystals or some sort of currency that recharges over time, and you can no longer progress.
Semen.
So you have to either buy some of this currency or just wait. Like hours, literally hours.
Just put your phone down for a bit. I mean, maybe this is what we should be looking at to stop the kids playing Fortnite. But, you know, you've shot your load so many times, now you have to wait. It's just the same as wanking. I mean, you just can't do it non-stop. You got to let it recharge.
Man.
I've tried.
The world is a terrible place. There's a section early on in this Harry Potter Hogwarts Mysteries where your character is being strangled, literally strangled.
Is he beating himself off at the same time?
I don't know, buddy. I'm not sure it shows the below the torso, but either way,
he definitely is. Yeah,
he
or she
is being strangled, and you need a certain amount of energy to get out of the grip. And if you don't buy energy crystals, then you'll continue to be strangled for...
That's how I get my energy.
For 20 minutes.
There's magic energy crystals that I love to sniff.
It's a kid's fucking mobile game. You create a character, and within an hour, your character is just strangled for 20 minutes solid. Just unless you spend like a
That's the perfect
$5.
amount of time.
Honestly, I don't understand. I don't understand this earth anymore. Like, the missus, obviously, she got to this. She was like, I'm going to be strangled. Now, she'd spent all of her crystals, so she was going to be strangled for 7.5 hours, at which point she just deleted the game. And that's what you should do as well, dear listener. Delete the game.
I'll do that then.
Let's move on to something a bit nicer. Trailblazers is out this week, and I want it, buddy. It's made by Super Gong Games. It's a cross between F-Zero and Splatoon. I think I've mentioned it before, but it's actually coming out now, which is exciting. You can paint the track as you drive over it, and the track is coloured by your team colours. This is a team racing game, so if your teammate drives over the paint that you've put down, then that acts as like a boost strip, so they can go faster.
I need to see more. I remember watching the trailer going like, oh, this is kind of cool, and I just need to see more. Well, see if it runs like this on the consoles, then yeah, that's a bonus. Obviously it might not run this smooth. You just don't know.
No, it's
man.
It's hard to say.
If it's like 15 quid or something, we'll get it. Fuck it.
It's out on Xbox, PC, and PS4 on the 8th of May. It comes to Switch in June. But as you say, every time I have seen a video of this thing running, it looks like it's chugging a little bit. And I don't know if I've just been unlucky with the videos that I've been watching, or if they've fucked the renders. It seems like a really ridiculous thing to screw up. But it does make me wonder if perhaps there's some inherent performance issue here that they haven't been able to iron out. So, yeah, I certainly want to wait and see in terms of, videos and stuff.
You might have to wait until they patch it in or something, and by that point it'd be in the sale for half the price and save some money and disappointment, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the reviews say, but I really like the look of it. It's really colourful game, like a sort of Wipeout-esque, F-Zero-esque sort of game. And it'd be really fun to have an arcade racer like that we could all play. Although, if everyone just fucking bought Wipeout, then
we'll be alright.
And I could play in VR with everyone else.
That's true.
Yeah, maybe just do that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Finally, for me, I watched the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer. The third trailer came out today, and man,
October 26th.
I want that game.
Was it? Was that October? I think it was October 26th.
It's coming out I want that game. I want that game. I'm so excited, especially with L.A. Noire. I'm just enjoying L.A. Noire so much. It's such a masterful storytelling. This thing,
it's very good.
This thing's going to have such a mood to it. I'm so excited. It's going to be fucking great.
Apparently there's someone that looks like a young John Marston in there with his cuts on his face.
I was trying to identify some of the voice actors. One of them sounds like Jeff Bridges. And there's another one in there that sounds like Nathan Fillion. I'm not really sure, but it hasn't actually announced the voice actors on IMDb yet. Normally you'd expect that to be there by now. I will just check again in case it's been updated today. I looked the other day and it hadn't. Red Dead Redemption 2, IMDb. No, it's not on there yet. So there you go.
Oh, no.
It looks great, though, and I'm very excited. Fucking hype train. Boom.
Toot toot.
So yeah, that's my news, buddy. I think it's time to hand over to you for my favourite section, and I'm sure the listeners as well. And that would, of course, be Ash's News Favourite Things of the Week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's News Favourite Thing of the Week.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, things this week coming at you from the news favourite things. Do you remember a while back we reported about how somewhere in the EU, they were saying, Nintendo, you're naughty with your fucking refunding policies and stuff.
It was, I think it was
Norway.
It was Norway, yeah.
Yeah, well, they're back at it again. They're now blaming EA, Nintendo, Sony, and Valve for their refund policies, which is nice.
That's brilliant.
Why not fucking get stuck in, you boys? It seems like a good idea. Fuck them. Fuck those guys with their fucking pre-orders and having to pay for it right now, and not being able to get your money back or whatever the fucking situation is.
Go on, Norway. Yeah. Fucking good stuff. Yeah.
They did that. Well, there is ongoing. Shit, where's my Discord channel gone? There it is. What's next, you say? Oh,
what's next?
That Atari box.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever it's called. Yeah, apparently there's a pre-order date. If you want that, May the 30th. Apparently,
Okay.
that's when you can pre-order it. I think, or is that when it's out? Has a pre-order date of May 30th, nearly a year after it was initially teased. Blah blah blah. Maybe that's out on May the 30th.
Who can say
don't know.
and who would care?
Yeah, I know. The platform will support 4K resolution as well as HDR and 60 frames per second content. That content, we just don't know what it is.
We don't know what that is.
It's going to be ball bags.
I would imagine so.
I mean, highly likely ball bags.
Yeah, safe to say.
Oh, GTA modding tool Open 4 or IV launches version 3.0 with vehicle animations. Also, PS4 support.
Oh.
I don't understand how that works.
No.
I tried to find out how it works. I got nowhere. I'm just so confused. How can you mod a PS4 game with a PC modding tool?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine what that
Do you
means.
have to have like a hacked PS4 to do that, do you reckon?
I would imagine so. I mean, you're not going to be able to do it on a native one, not if Rockstar's got anything to say about it.
I'm just confused.
Sony aren't going to allow random PS4 mods on their platform, so...
Of course not. If I do actually find out how that works, I will report on it, but I just found that baffling and very confusing.
Yeah, let us know, because I'm very intrigued by that news.
Indeed. The E3 is coming up. A few games that have been confirmed that are going to be there. The Division 2, Super Smash Bros, Call of Duty 4, The Last of Us Part 2 is definitely going to be there.
That's definitely out this year then, isn't it?
Cool. It's got to be out this year. Anthem and the next Battlefield 2 probably. So there's a few games that we can definitely look forward to this year, E3, or not. Depends if you're excited about them. Who cares? Last of Us Part 2 though.
Do you think that the second half of the year can kind of turn this 2018?
Redeem this year?
I mean, 'cause it's
Redeem,
been,
I think is the word.
Not been great.
There's nothing. God of War, and that's it for me.
Yeah, it's not been good.
I mean, Monster Hunter was like a stopgap in a lull of nothingness, and that game was okay.
Yeah.
But like God of War's just fucking smashed it out of the water. It's been like my Horizon of last year so
Gibbons.
far, obviously. So I can't really think of anything in the near foreseeable future that's coming out. But yeah, like end of the year, you're talking possibly The Last of Us Part 2, Red Dead 2, and other games that I can't think of right now.
Do you think that what's it called? The fucking motorbike zombie game. That just looks like the.
Oh God, yeah, dead something, zombie something, dead zombie.
This is a
light something.
Testament to
Apocalypse
how uninterested
of
we are.
The dead.
In this. Zombie.
State of Decay.
No. Bike.
State.
Game PS4.
Ride or
Days
Die.
Gone.
Zombie. There you go.
Days Gone.
Daisy Gone.
Is Days Gone ever going to come out?
One day, but I don't care when.
Because
that game is wank.
The only thing that interests me about that game now is when
zombies.
it will actually come out and whether it will be like a train wreck or not.
I hope it is, because like that just looked horrible. It was just waves of zombies. I mean, what are you gonna do when there's that many zombies coming at you? You're gonna die. It's gonna be like a Uncharted annoying cutscene-y thing, on a rails cutscene, those things where you die about 3 or 4 times and then you get to the end.
Lots of and QTEs, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's gonna be shit.
Man, we'll see.
Prove me wrong, please.
Yeah, do it.
Finally, buddy, my favourite thing of this week, buddy. If you have Call of Duty Black Ops 3, I suggest you get whatever update this is, Operation Swarm update. You need to get that installed quick time, especially for Friday game night, because they have added Prop Hunt to Black Ops 3.
Shit.
Swear down, fam.
Man, I'm Man, okay, that's exciting. What, permanently, or because they did it
I
temporarily?
don't know.
For
It's
the
there.
other game, didn't
They did. Yeah, they did it. Like, I don't know, but it's there. So we need to play it while it's there.
I'll do that with you.
That's right. That's right. You
That's
will.
exciting. Although I won't do it on game night because I won't be on.
Oh, you cunt.
Mm-hmm.
What a dickbag.
So's mate.
It's only on for this weekend as well.
Boo!
No, I don't know.
I'll get that
We'll never
downloaded. That sounds cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a paid update or anything, whatever this Operation Swarm thing is. I'm hoping it's just a free update, because if it isn't, that's just really shit.
I'd be willing to buy it.
If it was a full thing, if it was just there all the time,
Yeah,
I think I'd buy it. But if it was just like a time thing, then fuck that. No chance.
agreed.
So there you go, buddy. Some news favourite things this week.
Sweet as the proverbial. Well, thanks so much, buddy. That was your news. Before that, it was, of course, my news. And that was the news. And now it's time for Out This Week.
That's out this week, buddy. Yeah.
It's your favourite. You love it.
I love it. Every week.
Huge fan. There's games.
Yeah.
Now it's no. So we've got quite a few games to get through this week, and some of them are quite interesting, buddy. So let me kick things off with this. Conan Exiles is coming this week to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. This is an open-world survival game based on Conan the Barbarian.
It's been heavily promoted on the PlayStation Store as well this week, and looks a bit ball bag.
It does look a bit of ball bag, and it reviewed poorly on PC when it was in early access. Also this
That'll
week
do.
we have Destiny 2 Warmind, buddy. The new
Yay!
DLC update expansion, whatever they're calling it this week, is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC, featuring the Warminds.
War Minds.
The big balls, although they don't have a
Rasputin.
crown and they don't chuck rocks at
Whatever.
tanks. But that's the sort of gist, at least. And
I believe that's exactly what it is.
I guess you'll be able to tell us quite a lot about this next time round, buddy.
Maybe not next week, but the week after, definitely sure.
Sweet as the punch. Look forward to that. Also this week, Last Encounter is coming out on PC. That is an Asteroids Geometry Wars top-down psychedelic shooter thingamajiggle. You can get that. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire arrives on PC. Expansion for Pillars of Eternity 2 RPG, mate. You know, everyone knows what that is. Raging Justice is coming to PS4, Xbox One, Twitch, and PC. This is like Streets of Rage.
Can I guess? Yeah, I was going to say this has got to be some fucking kind of Streets of Rage total rip-off.
Yeah.
With the name Raging Justice.
Justice. Yeah, this is a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up, a la Streets of Rage or the Turtles games from the old arcades.
Simpsons, whatever it was.
Pretty authentic looking. Doesn't necessarily mean it'll be good, but it might be good. And I liked the look of it. It looks fun. I liked those sort of games, to be honest. They were cool.
The main thing I took from that sentence was I liked those sorts of
Yeah,
games.
there was past tense, wasn't it? Perhaps Freudian.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll move on.
Maybe.
Tacoma arrives on PS4 this week, buddy. It is a walking sim, but it's set on a space station, so perhaps it's
Spacewalking
sim. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I kind of want to play that game though.
It looks very interesting indeed. They've made masses of changes since they previewed the thing. I know for a fact because I listened to an interview with the dev team that they basically scrapped this thing almost completely and started again because they weren't happy with what they'd made, which is madness. But yeah, it's crazy. It looks very interesting. It's one of these games. I don't know how much interaction there's going to be. The problem that I've always had with walking sims is that you sometimes you feel like you're in just basically like a tech demo because you can't really interact with anything. It's all just like audio logs, maybe.
Kind of pick stuff up and twist it round in your hand,
Yeah.
like that, and then put it down. And walk on to the next one.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
Yeah, I know what you're
This
saying.
has got characters in it in the form of, like, energy signatures. So it reminded me a little bit of that... What was that British Village thing that we played for a little while? Man, I'm really struggling brain-wise this week. I can't remember the names of anything. It's
Village thing.
Yeah, it's like really pretty graphics in, like, an English village, and they were like...
Rapture.
Yeah, everybody's gone to the Rapture.
I know words. I just can't put them together.
Yeah, thank you for that. That was annoying the fuck out of me. So yeah, it's got a little bit of that about it, I think, or that's the way that it kind of looks from the trailer. But either way, I have been interested in this thing since the start, so I'd quite like to play it. And Fulbright is a cool studio, like a really cool studio. I thought Gone Home was pretty cool, quite frankly. So, yeah, be tempted, see how much it is. We'll see how we go. Let's move on to this, buddy. This is momentous. It's been a long time since I've been able to say that a tennis game is coming out. But it fucking is. I know you love tennis games. Huge fan of Virtua Tennis, of course, you are.
I used to be until I decided fuck tennis games.
Yeah, that did happen, didn't it?
I was just like, fuck tennis games. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm just hitting it back and forth.
Back and forth, aiming for the corners, trying to slowly... Yeah, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've played any tennis games. I don't believe that there are any on the PS4. So there's that. But... I don't know. I mean, this is Big Ant who made this game, famously known for their incredible Don Bradman Crickets franchise, buddy.
I mean, the last cricket game that I really got into was one of the Brian Lara ones, like, back in the day. We played the shit out of that game. Like, we played a lot of Brian Lara, whatever one version it was. I feel it's time to get another cricket game soon.
I think I'd be up for that.
I know.
But I'd also be up for a tennis game, buddy.
See, I'm not there yet.
Although
with that.
I'm not sure if this is the tennis game that I'm up for.
Oh, okay.
Need to see some reviews. If it
There's a demo on Steam if you fancy a slice.
Okay, I could probably run that. If it's got the sort of pricing model of Don Bradman, then it'll be $68.99 for the next 5 years.
Insanely expensive.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, that's out this week on PS4 and Xbox One. We also have Suberia, Suberia, Suberia. We'll go Suberia. This is an action puzzler coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. We've got Immortal Redneck coming to Switch. It's a roguelike FPS set in Egyptian times, which begs the question, why is it called Immortal Redneck and why is it set in Egyptian times?
Well, the redneck originated from the Egyptian term retard.
There you go. He knows. He's filled you in. Either way, it's a roguelike, so I'm not interested. Next, Laser League on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. This looks quite cool. This is from the Ollie Ollie dudes and is a futuristic, like, video ball thing. You're in, like, a laser arena. You can make, like, sweeping lasers back and forth. Looks like a really interesting party game. And this is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Yeah, I quite liked Ollie Ollie. I never properly got into it, but I really liked what they were trying to do.
I played Ollie Ollie 2 this week, actually.
Did you?
Which is weird. Obviously, through the whole skateboarding, midlife crisis that I'm going through. I ended up playing Ollie Ollie 2. Yes, it's all right. It's not great. I got quite into the original Ollie Ollie and got pretty decent at it, like stringing your combos and stuff together. The thing that, like, I struggle with, and most people struggle with, is just that game in general. The controls on it, because it's a case of like, you have to keep pressing, like, the X button to push, but also you have to press it just before you land as well, and it's a tricky game to get your head round. But yeah, Ollie Ollie 2, yeah. well, Ollie Ollie was a good game anyway. I don't know about number 2. I didn't play it that much. But I don't understand this game. I'm looking at it. There's 4 guys. They're running around in like a rectangle over little circles, and those circles make these laser windmills that spin round, and you can walk through your own colour, but if you walk through the other person's colour, you die.
Yep. You've got it. You do understand.
Okay.
Does that appeal to you at all?
No.
Okay, we'll move on. And finally out this week, Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr is coming to PS4, Xbox One and PC. The Warhammer games always have a very concise title, so thanks again for that. But this is a Diablo-esque Warhammer game. There's been several Warhammer games come to consoles that I've actually quite liked the look of, certainly those Vermintide games. And again, this one. We played quite a lot of Diablo, certainly me and the missus did. It looks like quite an interesting universe, this, but hey, who knows, buddy? It's out this week if you fancy giving it a go on PS4, Xbox One and PC. And that's your lot, buddy. So, as you can see...
that's out this week.
Quite a few games, and some of them quite interesting. Possibly worth purchasing some of them, I'm not sure. But, pretty intriguing, I think. Obviously, worth mentioning Trailblazers as well, because I mentioned that in the news. But that's coming out this week as well. And, there you go. We will move on.
Gibbons.
And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Fuckwit Corner with funk. Fuckwit Corner with funk. He's got some questions. Funk.
Has he got any questions this week?
Funk says this. I picked up Far Cry 5 today because it went down to a tenner. Seems decent early doors, except there's some bug with the right trigger when driving that means you can't accelerate properly.
Classic Ubisoft.
Surely all this should have been sorted out by now.
No.
Apparently not. No, and I did a little bit of Googling about, and Funk had already done this as well, to be fair. But did a little bit of Googling. And this is a bug. I don't really understand who it affects or why. It seems like certain controllers, but then it can't just be a controller thing because this is a bug that isn't exclusive to the PS4. There's just as many people talking about this bug on the Xbox as there are on the PlayStation. And that's kind of weird. Normally you'd expect with like a controller malfunction that it will be one console or the other, surely.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to be the case here, which suggests that it's a coding issue of some sort. And they don't seem to have fixed it. There was some representatives on the Ubisoft forums claiming, oh, maybe there's something wrong with your controller, and instantly everyone on the forum pointing out the controller seems fine in all other games except your one.
Yeah.
There's a sort of workaround you can use where you can change the controls from driving to shooter, I think it's called, and it basically puts you in like I suppose the Halo driving controls where you steer with the left stick so you can fire with the triggers,
accelerate with the right stick or whatever.
So
yeah.
Obviously that was wank. That's why I think I always thought that was wank, the way that the vehicle's controlled in Halo.
It's odd.
And I did mention to Funk that you could do that, and he said, yeah, you can, and it works, but that's fucking Halo controls.
Why should I have to do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to drive a car. I want to drive it like a racing car, like any other driving car game or whatever, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously Funk's only just picked this up like today, so he hasn't got anything much to say about it yet, and I'm sure we can get his thoughts on it next week. It's still something that I would love to play through with you because it's like co-op, and we always get like masses of joy out of co-op games. Although we might
mainly because we take the piss.
Yeah, we might be on foot here, buddy, because apparently this thing, it doesn't necessarily stop you from driving all the time. Sometimes the cars just go like 3 mile an hour, and there's nothing you can do about it. It just doesn't take into account the analog commands. But either way, Funk's picked that up, and I'm sure we'll get his take on it next time round. So thanks for that, Funk.
Cheers, buddy.
Every week, we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the jfgpodcast@gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk. And now it's time for JFG Street Beat.
You got a question we wanna know. Street beat. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So hit us up and be on the show. Street beat. The JFG Street Beat.
Street Beat.
We wanna know.
Get on the show.
Indeed, getting on the show, and we've actually hijacked this.
I'm on the show this week.
Yeah, this happens every now and again when Ash has got a bit of a talking point and we don't really know where to fucking put it. And so we tend to put it here. So yeah, take it away, buddy. What's
my
your
show.
little train of thought here?
Well, this week I was thinking about, obviously because the Switch is getting hacked wide open at the moment, and all you need to do is get a safety pin, or a bit of metal, bit of wire, and you can crack that thing wide open now. It's crazy. Like, seriously, like, I posted a picture of one of the easiest methods to do it in the Discord, and it just had like a paperclip poking out the side, and it's like, there you go, fucking Switch hacked, job done. I was thinking about fucking sweet, like, emulation zone. Like, I'm more happy. I've got like my fucking wireless SNES controller that I'm going to use with it. I'm going to put all kinds of fucking old school games on there. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. But then I was thinking, like, obviously going back to the skateboarding nostalgia, I was like thinking about Tony Hawk games and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, I can't remember if like the PS1 and PS2 emulation is that good or not. I vaguely remember playing Shadow of the Colossus on a PlayStation 2 emulator about 3 years ago maybe. I think it was when we started the podcast, around about that time, and being like, this is playable, but it's a bit wank. But maybe that was just PS2 games, I can't remember. So I was thinking, shall I just buy like a PS1 Slim, or like the small version, and a PS2 Slim? I had a look on eBay, they're about 35 quid each, with a couple of games you can get that are working. I was like, that's probably something nice to have, but do I need it? Or do I just fucking just emulate the fuck out of everything? I just... It's a conundrums.
Well, I think always the issue with buying an old console at this point is that connection to the television and how it's going to...
I did look into that as well.
And
it's not
that's
pretty.
why these sort of like retro consoles do a little bit of a...
Luckily with like the PS1 and PS2, they're SCART cables, so they have got like the RGB capabilities, and they actually come out not too bad. Obviously, it's when you start using like the RF fucking things from the SNES, and back then, that's when it goes real tits up.
Yeah.
So these aren't too bad. They are okay, I would say.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? I was emulating the Super Mario World before I got that Pocket SNES thing that I've got. And I have to say, like, regardless of how it plays, and obviously that is a big deal, and the little controllers and that, it looks a hell of a lot better on my laptop than it does on that SNES Mini. So it's always a bit of an issue with the lack of HDMI, and I don't know. I think that, as you say, like with the possibility of emulation and stuff, then that could be really cool. But at the same time, a lot of the time now I do wonder, like, we're starting to get to that sort of middle-aged stage where we're just going to start buying things from our youth and put them on shelves. Like,
I know, and that's the thing. Do I want to do that? Do I want to be that guy and just have things sitting on my shelf, or do I just go like, fuck it, I'll just like you say, like I said, just play it when I want to play it on like my emulators and things. I just don't know.
It depends, man. Like, you go to work and you work hard and you provide for your family, and if you want to buy yourself something that makes you happy, then you're fucking entitled to. And with your new, like, dad cave that you're going to end up with at your new place, like, it's right for the picking, setting up, like, nice shelves and stuff, and, being like one of these fucking YouTube geeks who's got their own, like, little show.
I just don't want to be that guy, though. Well,
it's a slippery slope, as I understand it.
Exactly. I can't see myself going that far, like, because I've never been one for like collecting stuff, like, or anything like that. I'm just like, I just want to play my games. I don't know. It was it was kind of just nice, like, thinking about it and being like, oh yeah, that'd be nice. But like, I don't know. If anyone's got any thoughts on this, or if you've got your old consoles all hooked up and everything, like, let us know. Maybe like, say like, Ash, yeah, fucking just do it, don't be a dickhead, like, and then I'll do it, obviously. I just don't know, I just thought it was like something I was thinking about this week, and I was just like, it'd be nice.
I'd like to know how people have their setups at home as well, like, as you say, like you mentioned there, like, what consoles have you got set up? Like, if you've got like 4 or 5 consoles, including some older ones, how's your setup for that? Like, people at home, have you got them all plugged in? Have you got like an HDMI splitter thingy? Like, are you in a position where you can just fire up the fucking GameCube whenever you want to, or are you like me, where you've got lots of old tech but it's not necessarily hooked up and ready to go, and for that reason probably you never fucking touch it, you never play it, or get any enjoyment out of it? It'd be interesting to find out that.
Yeah.
I mean, this week, obviously, with getting that £100 shopping voucher, my gut instinct was 4K telly at Black Friday, chuck £100 towards it.
Oh yeah,
but then another part of me was like, Xbox One. I bet I could pick up an Xbox One for like 80 quid.
See, and the thing with the Xbox One, you can play like some Xbox games. You can play like a lot of 360 games on that. It's there. Like, that's like half the battle for me. I was thinking, well, if I had that, then like I could play like a load of the old Tony Hawk games just on the Xbox One.
It's tempting, isn't it?
Like, I'd be all right with it, probably. I don't know what ones are backwards compatibility or compatible with it, but I was like, I'll just buy an Xbox One. Then I'm good.
Yeah, you got 3 different consoles worth of games, and
exactly, that takes you back to like PS2, isn't it? Really, that was the original Xbox. Wasn't it?
Pretty much.
And like, I was only looking at the PS1 because I was like, oh, I wonder how much you can get one of them for. I wasn't really fussed about buying one because they haven't got fucking analog sticks on them. So,
yeah, it's true. I've forgotten about that. Man, much to ponder, I think. Interesting times. Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts on basically everything we've just talked about. I'm genuinely interested in knowing whether people have got like fucking NESs like hooked up under their tellies and stuff, or are you in this like sleek environment where you've just got like 2 boxes and all the cables are hidden in those fucking IKEA coils and shit? Let us know. Be interesting to hear. So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 161. Fuck me, we're caning through the numbers at this point.
At least once a week.
At least, buddy. Absolutely, yeah. Liverpool into the Champions League final, buddy.
Woo!
There you go. Finished 4-2 to Roma.
Who cares, mate? We got those 2 away goals. I was happy after that. Like, it was fine.
It's all over, mate. There you go. Boosh.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to play now?
I don't know.
It's a bit earlier than normal, so we've got a good chance to...
Let's update... See what the update on Black Ops is, and see if we can get it downloaded and play some proper.
I haven't got the game installed, I don't think.
Why?
Because why would I?
We own that game.
I know, but I have limited storage to house all of the many hundreds of titles that we've pissed our money away on over the last 5 years.
We've got over 100. I think last time I checked it was 300 plus.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of games.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible, isn't it? Jesus, some sort of addiction.
I believe it may be. Although I think actually it's best described as winning a game, buddy, and that would be winning the game.
Fucking, we've won that game so many times.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And sweet as the proverbial.
Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to people getting involved on the chat, on the live stream. Remember, obviously, we live stream this every Wednesday.
Yeah, we do.
Around about now. Around about now.
Yeah.
We're there. Right, meow. Yeah, so if you're bored on a Wednesday, head over to YouTube, Twitch, or Mixer.com, wherever that place is, and find us. We'll be there. Obviously.
Yeah, we'll be there. We stream it. You can watch it on YouTube as well when we publish the actual show. If you miss, if you miss the
it's on a Friday
Twitch
now.
stream, then that's up for a few weeks as well. You can actually watch that back straight after we finished recording.
Live. You can hear us sounding like robots, or Alex sounding like a robot this week if you want to.
Yeah, you sounded like a robot
weird.
to me, and I sounded like a robot to you, but of course you're doing the
Not
recording
on the
your
live stream,
end.
though. Just
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
Yeah. So you're the only retard here.
Indeed, Egyptian retard. That's how it goes. So yeah,
The red.
the redneck, well known for it. Thanks so much for listening, buddies.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can find us on all those video streaming sites that Ash mentioned before. You can also find us on our official website, beautifully created and designed by Mr. Ash here. That would be www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk, where you'll also find a link to our Discord chat and also Street Beat, so that you can submit some bits and bobs.
Oh shit! Someone was in Street Beat this week
Oh, were they?
on the website. I think. Yeah,
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, well, that'll be
Can't
there for
remember
next
now.
time.
Next
Next
week.
week.
I forgot.
Cheers,
bad.
you. So yeah, that's there on the website. You can also find
I think
us
it was JJ.
on Facebook, Facebook / the JFG Podcast. Our Twitter handle is at the JFG Podcast. Tweet us if you fancy a bit of that, whatever that may be. We're on SoundCloud. If you want to listen to an episode from many millennia ago, come and join our PS4 community. You can join on the app on your phone, or you can join on the PlayStation as well. We'd love a bit of that. Bit a little while since you've had some new members, so yeah, we'd very much appreciate that. And finally, we are also on Google Plus, if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We'll catch you next time. Until then, I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Farewell. You've been listening to the JFG Podcast with Ash and me, Alex. To find out more, head to www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook / the JFG Podcast, or Twitter, where we are at the JFG Podcast. Episodes go live every Sunday, and if you could pop onto iTunes and write us a quick review, we would love every inch of you, even if you got old and fat. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.